In this video, we're going to be learning about and installing an open source web service called Nextcloud. If you've ever used a cloud storage and Office suite like Google's G Suite or Microsoft's Office 365, then you'll be very familiar with what Nextcloud is all about. It's a very capable set of tools that easily competes with either of those offerings. The biggest way Nextcloud stands out, though, is that it's completely open source, and as such, allows users the option to self-host the service. Nextcloud was originally created by KDE developer Frank Kartlaszek in 2010, who was concerned about the increasing trend of proprietary cloud services. The service was actually started under the name OnCloud, but in April 2016, after a number of disagreements between the company he founded and the direction he wished to see the project go, he made the decision to fork OnCloud and create a new project, appropriately termed Nextcloud. A number of core developers followed him to the new project, and the project continued to grow from there. While Nextcloud originally started as a more basic online file storage solution, it's grown over time to be a rich hub of communication, offering tools such as text and video chat, calendars, document collaboration, and more. Let's take a look at how to perform a basic Nextcloud installation on Ubuntu Linux. We'll start by opening the terminal. In a real installation on a headless server like a VPS, you'd SSH into your site, but since we're doing a local installation to keep this simple, we just need to open the terminal. We'll begin by executing the command sudo snap install nextcloud. In this chain, sudo elevates our permissions, which is necessary to make the installation happen. Snap instructs Ubuntu to install this as a snap package. Install passes along the instruction to install, and Nextcloud tells the system what we want to install. You'll be asked to enter your root password, so do that and press enter. This next part of the process takes some time. I'm installing this on a mid-range laptop inside a virtual machine while recording the screen, so things are a bit sluggish. Let's push this to 10x speed, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, we're getting close to the end of the installation. It's worth noting here that installation via the snap package isn't the only option, but if you're new to installing a web service and don't want to have to deal with things like configuring Apache or Nginx, this is probably the easiest path to success. And it's done. With the initial installation finished, it's time to go test things out and make sure they're working. We'll start by opening Firefox and typing in the numbers 127.0.0.1. This is a reserved IP address on most computers that tells the browser to look for a website running on the local computer itself. If you were installing this on something like a VPS, then you just want to type in the IP address for your server. So you'll see we've hit a small snag here, but it's easily explained. Firefox wants to open the site as a secure site using HTTPS, which is good. Unfortunately, our site isn't secure yet. I'll talk more about that in a minute. For now, we're going to retype the numbers with http:// in front of them first, which will force Firefox to not open as a secure site. Now we'll give it a second to load. And there we go. Now you're looking at your fresh installation of Nextcloud. Now that we have access to our installation, we need to configure it. Go ahead and type in an administrator name and password for the service. Once you've done that, click on the Finish Setup button, and Nextcloud will take care of the rest. If you recall earlier, I mentioned that Nextcloud includes add-ons like calendars, online document editing, and more. Those things are being installed and configured during this step. Once again, this is going to take a bit of time, so I'll put us back at 10x speed. And there you go. We're all configured and have access to the site. There's just one more step here. I mentioned our site not being secure, so we're going to take care of that with a certificate. On an actual server, you'd use a certificate service like Let's Encrypt, but we're going to use something called a self-signed certificate, which for simplification purposes is basically a fake certificate made by the server itself. Go back over to terminal and type sudo nextcloud.enable-https self-signed. Press enter. You'll see that the certificate is created, and then Apache, which is the web server Nextcloud uses to serve your site, gets a restart. Head back on over to Firefox now, and go ahead and enter that special IP address again, this time without the http:// Firefox will give you a scary warning about a security risk. Normally when you see this screen, it's a great idea to close the tab, but in this case, we know that we're the ones that made this site. Go ahead and click on the Advanced button, and then choose Accept the Risk. Give it one more second to load. And we're in. And now you're ready to go check out your installation of Nextcloud. If this were an actual live installation, on top of installing via SSH and using a signed certificate, you might even want to do something fancy like purchase a domain name and point it at the site, making it easier for you and others to access it. There's lots of great options, but hopefully this will give you enough to get started. Feel free to ask questions and leave comments below. Thanks for watching this Nextcloud information and installation video, a SmartyFlix production made exclusively for tillvids.com. Tillvids is an ad-free edutainment video community. Consider checking out the website at tillvids.com. If you enjoy, spread the word or consider donating.